How was your week, your month?
It has been good. And as you started the show, the season is here with us. Children are happy. Why? Because the children are home for a long time. And you know, unlike when schools are open,
Yes.
maybe you prepare your children in the morning and they go to school.
Yeah.
Then you go about your businesses. Then you come back. Sometimes, depending on the setup in your home, maybe the children come before you.
Yeah.
Depending also on
where
the age they are and where they school. So maybe they come home before you, and a few hours they are home before you come. So again, depending on the setup, because setups are different. Like for me, myself, my son is in boarding school. My daughter is the one I'm with every other day. So most of the time when she leaves school at around 5 p.m. There are few times she finds me home, because again, like on Tuesdays, Thursday, we have weekly services in church. So there are fewer times she will get me home. So what happens, because again, I'm also at a stage whereby the season for me having house girls is ended. So we are the two of us. So once she gets home, I have to talk to her. How was school? Do 1, 2, 3, lock the house, sleep. That is how we do it. Then again, at least I'm sure, even if I find her asleep, the following morning I'll see her before she goes to school. So now, that is my setup when schools are open. Now they are closed. The boarding teenager is home. The girl is at home. And now they are home 24 hours. Today, tomorrow, for 2 months. So that's why I'm saying it can make somebody happy. Happy because children are home. You are not paying school fees now. And they are home. You can send them. Wash those dishes, wash the house. But then again, another reality, they are also home and they need to eat. Yes. And now the kind of eating they are doing is not the kawaida eating. They want to add, and you know, after 20, 30 minutes, Mama, I'm hungry. So now, I think the prayer, personally, I've been praying, Lord, provide. You know, you are the shepherd now. Let us not lack. Because again, as my pastor has been telling us in church, let your children enjoy home. Yes. Let's not be quick to send them to Ushago or to friends. Because again, where the society is right now, you need to know where your child is. You need to know what they are doing. Because we've had cases of sexual abuse, even by relatives. So now, you have to be very careful. Where are you sending your child? And I think if I've read the mind of my pastor, you would rather just stay with your children. Stay with them. Learn what have they learned in school that needs to be corrected. What behaviors are they having that you didn't instill in them? And just enjoy your time together. Even if you have to go to visit your their grandparents, which are your parents, or relatives or friends, why not plan and go with them? Just go with them and continue being their parent, even when you are away. Because the society, I keep saying the world has become wickedly wicked. And the enemy is doing what he always does, roaring. Like a lion, looking for someone to devour. So, Pastor Jane, me, I wouldn't want him to devour my son or my daughter. So, if it takes me to be with them every other time, as much as possible, we do it. You can also go with them to your work. If especially
hold it there.
All right. All right. Yes.
I like that. I love that point of going with them to your workplace.
Yes.
Last week I was listening. Is it last November? I was listening to a radio station somewhere. It is a Christian radio station, Hope FM.
Yes.
And there is this program that comes in the afternoon with Amani Aila. And Amani was asking parents. Shangilia, Amani was asking parents.
Yes.
Now that your children are at home, can you go with them to your place of work? Hey. The answers we got.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
I even wondered, are these the parents we are parents? Some were saying, I cannot allow my kid to come with me to my place of work because I don't want them to know the kind of work I do.
Wow.
Someone was a Kinyozi guy, he said, I don't want my son to know I am a barber. And her man was asking this guy, now, what will you tell your children if they ask you where do you get your money? They will ask, you know, the kids of nowadays, they are very
they can easily ask you,
Mom, where do you get your money? We don't know where you work. You are not a thief.
Yes.
Me, I have a son who is, my son can ask you anything and expect to get answers.
Yes.
Now a man was asking this guy, why don't you want your son to come and you're just a barber? Why you're not proud of what you're doing? Some other parents said, in my place of work, I am an accountant. I need concentration at my place of work. And then he was asking them, can't you put them somewhere on a chair and tell them what to do? Or you guide them on what you're doing. Tell them, this is how accountants do.
Yes.
This is what they do. This is what they do. And I really felt sorry for our
in
kids.
fact,
I really
let me
felt
tell
sorry.
you now, that now brings a sad scenario we are having. Because it means the role of, first of all, why would I be ashamed of taking my child
To
where I work?
your place of work.
Unless, and this I'll say with a lot of humility and without any kind of disrespect, I think the only place I wouldn't want my child to go is
club.
if I work in a bar. You see, because now they might see some things which they're not supposed to see, or a sex worker. But honestly, if I sell in a shop, if I sell mboga, if I sell clothes for me,
hardware,
why would I not want to go with my children? And you know, let me tell you, parents who are listening, let's stop thinking children are adults.
yes,
Because you are thinking, ataona ninafanya mbaya. Let me tell you, that child will enjoy your company.
True.
During the day, as you do whatever you are doing,
True.
all a child wants is
The company.
the company. And the minute they tell you, Mama, I'm hungry,
Food is there.
you give them
I want
something,
to go to the loo.
spend the day. Yes, make sure at least there's food, there's water, there's a toilet, and you spend the day. Because if we are now afraid to take them where we are working, we are living a lie.
True.
Because, okay, so now this child, amekaa na mwalimu, those months, so now hii miezi mbili, utaki kukaa na yeye. And you see now, what are we saying? What are we telling God? Who is the responsibility of this child?
You.
You cannot transfer it to somebody else.
You.
And the minute you are leaving them, because I'm thinking, these parents saying they don't want to take the child to the barber or the whatever. Now, during the day, then who is with the child? House girl, and or even they are on their own.
Or they are on their own.
Which is riskier. When they are on their own, you can even tell children, don't open the door for anyone, don't do. But the minute you go, they are forgotten.
True.
They open for their friends. This girl starts doing, me, Pastor Jane, I would rather be with them. And they also need to know, like now my son, we had a conversation last week. And he was asking, what will he be doing to make money once he finishes school? Then I'm telling him, can you just concentrate on school? You finish the school. Then I remember the conversation we had it, and we even went to a place, and I told him, I can even give you some work, the things I sell, I station you somewhere, and you sell, and I give you an allowance.
True.
So why now, if I don't take him, now if he doesn't know what I do, until he finishes Form 4, what will he do? The things I sell, Pastor Jane, my children know, and they even know how to arrange them. You see, and they even have an idea of the prices. Because that's what I do. That's where we get food from. So let's not live a lie. And let's stop treating our children as if they are strangers or as if they are, involve them. You know what? The minute God created your child, even your son who has many questions, he scanned the whole universe and he found you to be the right mother
to take care of his children,
to that child. So everything that entails taking care of his child, God gave you.
True.
So let's stop fearing. Sasa tutaogopa watu watasema nini, tena uogopa watoto wako. Wataona ninafanya kwa baba. May God deliver us.
I like one company,
Yes.
The Safaricom company. Do you know these people go to work with their children?
Wow.
Yes, they do. There is a station for kids.
Wow.
Yes, you can carry your child if you don't have a house help. Go station that child to the. They have nuns. You put them there. When the time comes, you come and check on your child, then you come back to work.
Wow.
Yeah, they do that. We have a pastor friend who works there, and
that is all ages.
Sometimes he used to go with the daughter.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And you see now, that is one of the companies that has made high profits 1 year to the next. So now, don't you think they are trying to tell us children cannot be even a distraction to work?
Yeah.
Okay, that arrangement may not be everywhere. But I don't think there's any sober employer who will see your child at work and tell you, unless of course the child is distracted and maybe out of control, maybe they are banging things and they are causing distraction. But if a child is just calm, they have their toys depending with the age, or their book, or their phone, and I mean, let's not live our life. Children, and you know, I think any parent listening to this and has grown children, I think they are just saying, I wish you knew they will grow and live, the nest will be empty. Enjoy your children while they are children, because they are growing and you don't know tomorrow watakuwa wametoka. And
they will know, you know, when what I can say, when you show your children what you do, when they are growing and they leave your house, they will not struggle to get something to do, because they will be saying, I saw my mom do this, let me try this. Before I get this job that I have applied, I can try to do what my mama was doing. I can try to do what my dad was doing, and I earn a living from that. An example with the Indians. Do you know they work with their kids from the smallest age?
And that is why
early age.
They pass on the baton.
From grandfather to father to son
to grandson. Yes, that's how you find the names Shah and Sons.
What?
You see?
May God help us.
Yes,
Question to you, our viewer. Can you go to work with your kids? Or can you teach your children to do what you're doing?
If it's like a self-employment.
Can you teach them what you're doing? Sometimes there is this weekend moment when you have to go to work during the weekend. It's on a Saturday. Carry that child there. Let them see. Some of our kids don't even know how a matatu looks like. They have never been carried by a matatu. They are carried by a matatu when they are going to Ushago and coming back to town. Only that. But that's a question to you and a challenge. Get yourself from there. Get yourself from there. Back to our topic. The season, festive season is here. What are we going to do with our kids? What are we going to do with ourselves? How will we balance life here? During this festive season, the demands are high. Mama, I want this. A question to Mary. You have a daughter and a son. I know where we fellowship, we don't take Christmas too seriously. We take we take Passover to be more serious than Christmas. Now, leave that aside. Christmas is here. What are you going to do with your daughter and your son?
By the way, hello, Christmas is on a Sunday. If you have not checked your calendar, it's on a Sunday. So now, besides most churches hold a service for Christmas, and that includes the IC, which is my background. But now, Christmas this year and New Year Day, it's on a Sunday. So services will continue as normal. So my plan, what is my plan? We will go to church. Because it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. We will go to church. And normally for me, even besides what we believe in church, what happens during Christmas season? Okay, personally, I come from Ukambani. Yeah. And my people, they love going home a lot. Not even during Christmas. Not even during Christmas. Kambas travel a lot. In the month, you find, I think the way we believe, you find Kambas have invested so much in their homes. At home. You can even find someone who is renting a small house in town, and at home there's a mansion. They believe in farming, so you find somebody is on and off. And now, because I think also the transport companies know the same, now this applies now to everyone. During Christmas season, prices go high. They hike the prices too much. And I'm sure right now, the biggest companies we know, like Easy Cut, I'm sure right now if you go there, I think you can even go and be told the space you have available is for 3rd January. Yeah, they are fully booked. People are traveling home. So now my question comes in. Why Christmas? Why during that time? Why travel during that time?
They are going to celebrate the birth of Jesus in the village. Okay.
It is well. Let me assume you've never had a time to go home because you've been working, you are employed, and now because again most of it, Christmas is a public holiday. Even if it was on a weekday, works are closed. I think the only places that don't close, maybe hospitals and retail stores, supermarkets. But banks close. Most of the organizations close.
Even the government closed.
23rd or something. Even law firms, they close until later in January. So now people are free. So let me assume
you've not had
time to go, and this is the time you are available. So now, what I also need us to study, which I thank God for our pastor, he has opened our eyes so much. And what he spoke about today, we have a show called Breakfast Moment, and I would wish you just check our Facebook page, Springs of Restoration Center. That Breakfast Moment, there's so much to learn from it. Like now this morning he was saying, it's a high spirit season, whereby now there's a excitement, and I don't know what happened. I really don't know.
Spirit, the way you're calling
it is a spirit, because even when I was a child, let me tell you, even when I was a child, that time, when it is almost Christmas, you are sure you will be bought a new dress, new shoes.
You'll make your hair.
You will eat chapati.
And kuku.
And meat. And it was, like now in Ukambani, actually during Christmas in my younger years, there was also a lot of mangoes.
Oh.
So now it is a season of eating and overeating, and and wearing nice clothes, now I remember when you go to church that time, you are looking who has come from Nairobi, who has come from Mombasa. Did that family have they come? There's a spirit controlling. There's over excitement. Yeah. So now we have to think wisely, and first of all, ask ourselves on a normal day time.
Yes.
A bus to go to Western is 1,000.
1,000 only.
Now it will be 2.
Even 25.
Or 25.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you. This 1,500, you are paying extra.
Yeah. For only...
Can it add value elsewhere?
During January.
Can you even buy food for these children? And stay at home. And there is an advantage in Kenya during this season.
Yes.
I said schools are opening in
January
23rd. Why not think outside the box? I'm just suggesting. At the end of the day, you have your own decision to make.
Yeah.
But is there harm if I went
January? There is no harm
to celebrate the season. And some people, okay, how do people celebrate Christmas? Going to Shago.
They go to Shago.
They go to Mombasa. Yes.
Those who have chums, they fly out.
Yes.
And celebration also, when they go there, they are gathering. There is those who take beer, wine, whatever.
But mostly, let us talk about what most of us do.
We go to
Shago,
to the village,
or to friends, to coast.
Even friends,
you see,
who are in town.
So now, right now, anybody watching me from Mombasa, who is also an hotelier, Mombasa right now is packed.
It is fully booked.
Everybody is in Mombasa, and So now, my question, Pastor Jane, after 25th and after 1st January, will those hotels close?
They will not close.
Will the beaches be there?
Yes.
Will the water in the ocean be there?
Yes.
So, but the traffic will be less.
Yes. You have your
space. Prices will go
down
half price or even, and we'll even enjoy the attention. So now it is just an idea, because this is happening once. I'm 43 years, and since I was born, school has always been the first week of January. Now this time, due to COVID and other changes in the world, we are now having a longer holiday with the children. So now, I don't see any harm. Save your money. And because we didn't know it will be like this.
So true.
If you have your holiday savings for Christmas or for these holidays to enjoy their children and family and friends, there's no harm. Push it further. Just push it to January and go and enjoy. And I've also been employed. I'm a former banker. And I know during this season, even getting leave in the bank is very hard. Because now, everybody will want to come and get their money. Yes. And if everybody is given that opportunity, who wouldn't want to go for leave? So now, everybody, the time I was working in the bank, I don't know whether it has changed, but we used to be told by November, you are done with your leave days. Only managers would go during December. But if the year, and then again in a bank, they close books in 31st December. So now that time there's a lot of work, but after the year is closed, the books are closed, new books are being opened for the new year. Let me tell you, Pastor Jane, if you go to your boss and say, I want to fall prey to this high spirit season, whereby people, in this season, and even the sellers know, clothes right now are double or triple the price.
Yes.
That dress, if you go for it in January 2nd, you will buy it at a very good price, because now the person selling the clothes, to them, the season is gone. To them, it is dead stock.
It doesn't make any sense.
So they'll give you. Now, right now, everything is high, and we also don't care. You are paying for.
You want to look smart.
Yes, we can be wise. We can be wise. Just think, listen to yourself, think wisely, and just make a good decision.
Wow.
Yes, that will favor your pocket. Yes.
My viewer, we want to take a short break. We shall be back in a few. Welcome back, my viewer. It's the Palm of Deborah. I'm your host, Pastor Jane K. For those who are joining us for the first time, we had a show and gone for a break, but we are now back. Welcome back. We are talking about the festive season. The festive season. Yes. As Christian mothers. Some are single mothers, others they have partners, but we want to know how to balance all these things. Now, Mary, I have a question.
Yes.
The Christmas festive season is here. there is this going to Shago, and you've told us you can save that money to use next year.
Yes.
So there is this person who has found themselves, they can't wait, they have just gone. What are they going to celebrate? Because I understand it is the birthday of Christ. And the high spirit is there.
Yes.
And when the high spirit is there, so many things happen.
Yes.
So many things happen. If I can quote in the Bible, there is this man called Naboth, husband to Abigail.
Yes.
Who abused the king when he was in high spirit.
Yes.
He abused the king when he was in high spirit. And that is when Abigail said, he went to the king and said, oh, my husband is a fool. Because of drunkenness, he became a fool.
Yes.
And even forgot that David is the king of Israel. And David had purpose to kill the whole generation, to kill Naboth and the generation.
Yes.
But now, because of Abigail's wisdom,
he was saved.
So, the high spirit.
Yes.
What are we celebrating that is making us to be in this high spirit, that is making us even to enter into sin?
Thank you, Pastor Jane. It is that's a very good and big question.
Yes.
Because let us think for a while.
Yeah.
This season, you've been driving your car since January, and you've not had any accident.
Yes.
But when it comes during this season, it is the season that most accidents happen.
Yes.
Why does that happen? It is the same high spirit. You know why? Because we are all traveling to the village.
Yes.
The transport companies, they want to make a kill.
Yeah.
So the driver, when he goes to the place where he's picking the passengers, you are so many, you feel half of you, he really wants to go very fast.
And then
come back for more. The minute he's driving to come back, the high spirit has taken over. He's not obeying. He's not himself. He's not obeying the road rules anymore. He's just going with the intention of rushing to come back.
Oh my.
You see, my pastor talked about the high spirit season this month, and they said, he said something takes over. It's like you're not yourself.
Yes.
And you know, behind everything, be it good or bad, there's a spirit behind it. The other day we were talking about altars. Whenever there's a celebration like now, we believe, most of us believe we are celebrating Christ.
Yes.
Though in our church, we have been taught until now, you realize, okay, it is Christ, the Savior of the world.
Yeah.
And you know, he shed his blood to save us. So why is there more of shedding blood during this human blood?
That's a question, huh?
Where is this? Okay. Jesus was crucified.
Yes.
He was a sacrifice for mankind to save us from sin and to restore us back to God. So now this blood that is being shed so much during this season, who is being sacrificed to?
Hey,
is that human blood saving the mankind again? Jesus already died.
These are altars, my friend.
You see?
Yes.
So I know maybe someone is watching and you feel now we have gone too spiritual, but let me tell you the truth. Whether you believe it or not, the spiritual world is so real than even the physical. It is so real.
And it happens in the spirit and then comes to the physical.
So now, I think it's a moment to just think, must I really travel now? And even now, okay, you've talked of single parents, you've talked of those who are married, but Pastor Jane, allow me also to talk about the young girls. Because you are a house manager somewhere.
Yes.
And every boss, every woman watching me that you have a house girl, let us all agree. Over Christmas, they must go home. That one is something, if you try to say no, it always brings a problem. So you have agreed. The time I used to have girls, they used to go from the 24th there.
Some 23rd.
23rd. And they will come. You will agree. 2nd January, come back because schools are opening 3rd. And they give themselves another week. Or even a week. And now because you are there, you are an employed mother, you know the children, things are, when she says I'm coming on 10, you say it's okay. So now, I want to talk to that girl who is going home for Christmas.
And those who are coming to town.
And those who are coming to town. Now, you have saved.
Yeah. And
your intention, after you have saved your savings, for a house manager, they want to have a new shoe.
Yes.
They want to have the latest hairstyle. They also want to have the latest outfit. Okay? And let us be very realistic, okay? You also have a boyfriend. And because you are employed in a house, maybe you meet on Sundays.
Yes.
It is never enough. Now, you are going to meet. You are going to meet in town or in the village. Now, this boyfriend and this girlfriend, you are now both, you are, it is a high spirit season, it is festive, it is Christmas. So, once you reach your home, you've bought your mom shopping, they're happy with you, then you tell your parents, I want to visit my friends.
Yes.
You go and visit your friends, and among these friends, the boyfriend is there. And when you meet, senses have died. If you are saved, you forget you are not many because you will not be able to bend and do what you are doing. So now, what have you done? What has the enemy done to your life during this high-spirited season?
And yet we are saying,
yes, we are celebrating the Savior.
Of Christ.
Which Savior? And then you know, some people, you will even see, people will send you messages from Sergeant saying, I wish you X Mass.
Christ.
X.
It is a cancelled one.
You know, things don't just happen. Ask yourself, why are you crossing the Christ? What are we really celebrating?
We are celebrating the Mass without Christ. That's why there is a lot of sin.
That is it. And if you come to my church, my pastor will actually tell you very slowly until you understand. Even in the Jewish calendar, Jesus was not born during December. That was not the time he was born. So, you see, the enemy of our lives has always thrived where there is ignorance.
Yes.
And he has always done 3 things. To steal, destroy,
and kill.
Yes. And let me tell you, the enemy, you know, somebody said somewhere, you see, after the devil convinced Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden tree, and have you ever thought if he repented, what would have happened? Maybe God would have forgiven him, right? Yes. So now, if this devil did not even think
of repenting
before God,
and they were looking to each other,
who do you think you are? If the enemy finds you asleep in a wrong place, he will just do what he has always done. He will deceive you. You will find yourself in the wrong place. So now let us also talk about the people who drink.
Okay.
You see, this is now the season. You see somebody over Christmas, everybody wants to treat themselves.
Yes.
Treating yourself is different in different people. Myself, maybe treating myself is going to the beach.
Yes.
Okay? Maybe treating myself to somebody else is wearing a new dress. Maybe somebody else is eating a lot of meat. Choma, kuku, whatever.
In Kenya, nyama choma.
Now, the people who drink, it is also time to treat
themselves.
To treat themselves. You see? God. So now, the minute you are there, it could be the village, it could be the town. Now, you meet with the friends, you catch up. How has the year been? How is Mombasa? How is Nairobi? How is wherever? Over a drink. Okay? If you normally take 3 bottles,
you take 5.
You take 5. Or even finish
the whole crate.
Yeah, some people even compete.
Oh my God.
The minute you are so intoxicated, you are so drunk, you're not yourself.
The spirit take over.
You see, and there you are there mixed men and women. And you know, I don't know, the enemy has really deceived us. I don't know why you find it easier to enjoy with the person you are not married to. It is deception of the highest order. Because even the married people, they would go with other people.
Yes.
You see, it is Christmas.
Yes.
Let's go for holiday. Maybe you are a woman, you are there, you are going to course with your boyfriend. Let us be.
Team building for business, for jobs.
You see, so many things. And what is the spirit behind everything that is really driving you to do things we don't care? We are so happy, we are so. But whatever we sow,
we shall reap.
We shall reap.
In due season.
We will reap brokenness in January. You see? And then you will start saying,
it is
we even call January.
And it is not January.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
you knew January
it is a month like any other month.
Let us be wise. Let us be wise. And if you are a young girl, you are born again, if you are a woman, you respect God. Chunga ushuhuda. Respect your body. And you know between a man and a woman, you have the upper hand. You have the upper hand.
True.
Yes. And not many, those unwanted pregnancies, Pastor Jane, will not be out of rape. It will be willing buyer, willing seller.
So willing giver, willing receiver.
That is it. So make your wise decision and now decide, is a season like now is it worth destroying your destiny? Is it worth getting a child without a father? Is it worth losing your employment after you get that child? Make a good choice.
Yeah.
You can enjoy with your family. You can do the right things. But what I would say is this. Because we can talk for the whole day.
Yes.
But people will still travel.
They will.
People will still travel. Yeah. People will go. Please, before you travel, kindly, just pray. Commit your lives to God. Pray for that journey to be safe so that you can go and come back. Because we need you. We really need you. Don't let a season cut your life short. When you can, just pray and ask God. You know, even a thief prays before they go to steal so that they are not caught. So you may say, me, I'm not a church person. Me, I don't know how to pray. Just tell God, protect me.
Yes,
as I go.
True.
And as I come back and trust that all will be well.
Hey, my viewer.
Yes.
Traveling is there. We may talk the whole day, but I know people will just travel. What I can say is, do not be ignorant of the schemes of the enemy.
Oh yes.
Because he's out there to destroy. First he steals slowly. Stealing. Come nikakubaie kamoja. You have never even tasted this wine. Come and taste. You have never tasted it. There is a new beer in town.
Yes.
Come, I buy for you. And you know these people are very generous.
Yes.
Than the Christians. My friend,
true.
These people of the world, they are very generous. They can buy for you anything
they want, especially the beer.
And the beer. And they
the money for beer is always there.
They can't give you money, but they can buy
for you as much as you want.
Do not be deceived,
Yeah.
Do not be deceived. Take time. Do not engage in things that will take you out of salvation.
Out of the will of God.
Out of the will of God.
Yeah.
Are they the fruits or the gifts of the Holy Spirit? There is this thing that is called self-control.
Yes. Pray for it.
Self-control. There are things you are not supposed even to do. You just control yourself. Control yourself. The body is willing, but you tell God, I need to have self-control for this. Yes, you know, the body is iko kwao nyumbani.
It is true.
It is the body
is at home. Yes, and it's always warring against the spirit. Yes, so the spirit wants to please God. The body wants to do the
to
things
please
of
itself.
to please. So you have to win. You have to win that battle. And how do you win? Pray for that photo. Self-control. Yeah, ask whoever lacks. Ask. God.
The word of the Lord says, whoever lacks.
But as I have said, between a man and a woman. A woman has an upper hand. You have a bargaining power. You have it. So use it. There are not so many men who would want to drag you into bed if you're not willing. You have to be willing.
Wow.
So now, can you practice your willpower? You are not a dog. You are not an animal. You have a will. You have a willpower. So exercise it.
Wow.
Say no to what is wrong, and keep your dignity as a woman. Because again, between a man and a woman, right from the Bible. That story of the woman who was caught in the act. That story really hurts my spirit.
And you ask, I know because what you ask me. Where is the man?
They were two. Was she caught in an act alone? So now, as a woman, because I'm one, you think, okay, it will be a moment of pleasure. But after that, when my stomach is big,
the man is not there.
Yeah, there.
When I am ashamed out there, and
you see, the man is squeezed. So
the man is nowhere
preserve your dignity. And men naturally they are structured to be chasers. So don't allow him. They are hunters. So as he's hunting for the prey, don't be the prey. Let somebody else be. Don't be the prey. Just choose not to be the prey because you have that willpower. Just say no and mean it. Yeah,
let your no be no.
Yes, and they will respect you. Yes. So let us exercise our willpower because again, even the Bible says, imagine even when our child goes wayward.
Yeah,
the
child belongs to the mother. On that point, Mary.
Yes.
There's this mother who says, I don't know how to. How do I put this? I don't know how to tell my child no to some things. I heard of a story. It was yesterday. Somebody was telling me there is a parent who is in town, and they have a child in public school. And this parent is telling the headmistress, "I am unable to control my son." The son is in grade 5.
Wow. Wow.
The son now
grade 5 is 10 years.
Yes, they have closed school. This one happened last week. They have closed school, and the son is going out and coming back the time he wants. Yeah? And the parent is telling this teacher, for me, mwalimu nimeshindwa. I am unable to control my son. Now, I want you to tell these parents, those who cannot control their children, what do they do? Because there is this parent who is saying, when my son asks me for this, shika baba. When he wants this, take this. Take this.
You see, I remember the other day, one of our ladies in church shared a clip. The one that was saying the parenting of now is not like of them. You see, because these children, we have made them little kings and queens.
And queens in the house. They can even command you.
But you know what? You have allowed it. You have actually allowed it. And I even remember a friend of mine who is a teacher. And now schools are closed. But imagine this friend of mine, the school he works, tuition is going on. He told me, I was asking, what do you mean tuition is going on? Yes. Okay, so now I even asked him, so now it is end of year, children have graduated to the next class.
So what are they learning?
Are you starting the syllabus?
Or you are revising?
You know what he told me? It is optional. Whoever wants to bring their child. And again, it's also optional for the teacher. It's not a must you come. But you see, for the teacher, he's earning extra money.
So the teachers will always come.
But now, I'm looking at the parent who is actually taking this child for tuition. Schools have just closed. The calendar for this year has been so squeezed. Now the child, instead of you allowing a child to be at home, you are sending them again to the teacher. What are you saying? Who is the parent here? Who is the parent here?
You yourself, you are the parent.
But you are acting like this role is so
tough
hard for me Because now this child is in grade 5. My Pastor Jane, grade 5.
Yes.
That's a 10-year-old.
Yes, grade 5. And coming back to the house at 12, 10, 11.
Where are they coming from?
The parent doesn't know.
No. No.
And the headmistress.
What
so
is there? I'm equally mad, and I don't know the person because, first of all, the enemy has deceived you.
I want
to imagine this child can do what they want. Let me tell you, Pastor Jen, I told you I have a 16-year-old.
Yes.
And a 12-year-old. If you ask them, because you know them, you want to tell me you are sleeping, I don't know up to what time. Mom's schools are closed. I will come. Lady. I tell them, this is my house. And some things we'll do when you go to your house.
Yes. So
I have said in this house, you are sleeping at 10. Yes.
And that is what you will do.
You will go to bed at 10. And I've said you are waking up at 9. I can allow you to 9. And you know what? This is my house. This is my rule. If you don't want to do it, you are free. Because how will a child come back at 10? Where are they coming from?
It is holiday.
Holiday for who?
It is festive season.
The freedom is out of school compound.
At home.
But it's not freedom to do what you want. Because a 10-year-old, is even this child safe to be in the dark alone?
No. This is cow.
Parents, let us take our responsibility with a bit of seriousness. Because it is a responsibility that God has given us.
Yes.
And you owe this child.
Yes.
You know, your hardness, your high discipline may look very harsh on them, but one day, you know, some of us, if our parents were not harsh, we would be something else. But we passed through that painful process, and today, those whose parents were soft that time, we see them and we are like...
I think what is happening in parenting nowadays, we don't want our children to pass through what we passed through. We don't want to cane our children the way we were caned. Me, I remember one day, hey, nilipigwa nikaingia chini ya kitanda, my friend, because that beating was harsh.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Lateness. Wait. Lateness.
Yes.
Hiyo siku ndio nilijua that is not my home.
There's a verse in Proverbs that says, there's a foolishness tied in the heart of a child.
Yes, there is.
And the cane removes it. You know, if this was a Kikamba show, that verse comes so well in Kikamba. Weka utumanu, kaujinga. Kobe wengoni akana. Iyo kaujinga imefungiliwa ndani ya roho ya mtoto na only kiboko munzu ndio inatoanga hiyo kitu.
I found the verse.
Yes. Proverbs, is it 22?
Proverbs 22:15.
Yes.
Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
You see now another problem. Another problem is when now we said, you know, the minute we threw Kiboko or the cane out of school,
that was our undoing.
We challenged God.
That was our
and that was the beginning of many problems. And now the child knows they can't be beaten.
Hey, let us come and
you see, even now we have created a problem and a necessary tug of war between us and teachers. Because the minute you are, as a parent, you are told by the teacher, your child has done 1, 2, you want to come to the side of it.
My child cannot.
Do you know, Pastor Jane, when schools are closed? My daughter leaves home at 6:30. She comes back at 6 p.m. 12 hours.
Where is she?
She's with the teachers. When we meet home, we will spend maximum 2 hours. Then we have slept. In the morning, maximum 1 hour we have parted with. If the teacher of my daughter tells me, look into 1, 2, I will not ignore.
Exactly.
I will listen to.
They have spent more time with your children.
They know your children more, and you know your child. These few hours they can pretend. And now, when now it is holiday, when now, as Pastor James said, you need to study your child, see the behaviors maybe they have acquired in school. Now, instead of studying them, you are allowing them to come attend. When will you study the child?
Oh my God. Parents out there,
it is work we need to be serious.
We have work to do.
Yes.
We have work to do. As I read there in Proverbs 17, our son is the pride of the father, but a foolish one is the grief to the mother. You live there crying. Children are ours, not for the father.
That is true.
We have work to do.
Yes.
So as we go for the festive seasons, those who are going, please let us take care of our children. Let us take care of even the teenagers and the youths. They are still your children.
Oh yes.
The youths. They have come from campuses. Sahi ndio wataonyeshana whatever they have been doing there.
Yes.
Let us be wise, and do not fall prey.
Allow me to say something, Pastor James, about the youths. I remember one friend of mine who has big children. Then she was, we were just talking because you know parenting, it gets every stage has its challenges. So she was saying, you see now those who have been in campuses and colleges, they are home, and most of them they have phones, so they will chat with their friends. Maybe sometimes you don't even enter their room. But what this lady said to me that really made a lot of sense. She says, you have a son, they have girlfriends, you have a daughter, they have a boyfriend. She says, I have such a relationship with my children that I allow those boyfriends and girlfriends to come home. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
To come home. Let me see this girl, let me see this boy. And you know, you're not calling them to be harsh on them. You're not calling them to discontinue the relationship or the friendship, but you are just allowing them to be free.
That's friendship
with you,
and
just
you know a lot of things.
You will. So let them. I said, wow, let them come. Once, and she told me once they come, we cook, we clean together. You see, let them be. Not really find you like a military person. Let them be free. And you know, once you do that to a teenager, and I think I've also started in a way, because my son, there's a way he picks the phone and he goes to the bedroom. He talks for long.
With a lot of...
When he comes out, I ask him, which girl were you talking? Then he just laughs. So, Mom, you know what? But you know, I'm trying to get in slowly and telling him, you know what? I want to know. And now the things that we talk about relationship, because it's a big one, you tell them, you know what, you can make a girl pregnant.
Yes.
And yourself.
Let them know.
And there's a statement one of the teachers to my son told them that really helped them. Told them, you cannot be a parent to a child when you are a child. Yourself. Yes. A child cannot be to another child. So that one now makes you realize. So let us be, as you have said, the ones who are small, let's play with them. Let us grow with our children.
Yes.
Even those who are in colleges and campuses, don't think now they are big, they can do. No. Be involved. And if they want to go for those outings, picnics, whatever, try as much and be part of it. Because let your child see you as a friend. Because now this one in campus, you cannot beat. They have grown. Now even start seeing the things that you have taught them, how they are applying. Because the minute they bring their friends home or you join them with their friends, you realize, wow, my son or my daughter is respectful. If this friend to your child comes home, you will see how are they treating you. Will they just sit with you and start, you know, or will they go to the kitchen, make something, serve you respectfully? Because again, you could also be a rescue to this other child. You don't know where they are coming from, and help them, because you know you don't have to help the child you have carried. Once you are a person who is born again, you are a leader like us in church, you will get so many people who don't have parents, don't have parents that know God, and you instill some virtues and some values in them.
Wow.
Yes.
My viewer, we have come to the end of our show. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for the questions and the comments and the sharing and even liking our program. May God bless you. Our take home today is take care of our children. Huh? Let us take care of our children. May baby small, the middle age, and even the youth. Let us take care of them. Let us guide them even in the ways of the Lord. And the rod thing, itabidi tufikirie your story about the road thing.
Yes.
We need to redo it.
Yes, to bring it back.
To bring it back.
Yes.
And God will help us on how to raise our children. This festive season, please do not fall prey. Take care of your children. Even yourself as a parent. Take care of yourself. Usije ukajiingiza kwa mashida. God bless you so much. Same place next week. Same time, it is the Springs TV, the Palm of Deborah. I have been your host, Pastor Jane K. Shalom. God bless you.
Ni maisha ya maombi, uzima bwiza.